Yo, what's up, guys? We were trying some different things today. We were playing Yubel Unchained, or technically just pure Yubel with the Unchained cards. Um, so we were trying this guy today. I think the deck did fairly well. We went to locals today. Unfortunately, we didn't do as well as we wanted to, but ended up with two draws, two losses. Yeah, I think some of the losses were just the variance and some misplays. Round one, we played against Snake Eyes. That was actually the first draw. Um, Game was intense. Went into time, but unfortunately, he hit me with so many hand traps. I couldn't get going, but time was called. Uh, I think just as I was trying to set up the spirit and everything, but still, game one and two was such a grind. I think the guy I played, Nicky that I played, he was so impressed. I mean, and I'm not, and this is pure Ubald, no Fiendsmith, so I wanted to give the deck a go uh, without Fiendsmith, just one last time until I get my cards. And then, but otherwise, let's hit through to the list. So I've been playing or testing on Master Duel. So I've decided to play the one Ultimate Nightmare. Um, and then the regular suspects, the Terra Incarnate, and then the OG Yubel. Um, Generally, these guys, I mean, all three would be considered bricks if you open them, but I mean, I don't, I think they are, or well, in my experience, especially today, I mean, the games that I lost, I would say I lost like very, very closely. One game I opened really, really badly. No way into my Uber lines, and literally my opponent just had the outs. Lightning Storm hits really hard if you don't have an Omni up, and I opened really, really bad. But yeah, I think all three forms with Phantom Rebel is ideal. Because I've been testing on Master Duel, and um, as I say, Yugi players don't read. I actually found out like this guy, Terran Carnage, he just needs to leave the field, and then let's bring this down. Terran Carnage just needs to leave the field, and then you can just go straight into the Ultimate Nightmare. And Ultimate Nightmare is pretty much Nightmare Pain on legs. So you can basically just swing in, and then after damage, I think it says at the end of the damage step, you can inflict the damage of the monster attack to your opponent. So if you have this up and Nightmare Pain, that's like double damage, dude. So that's amazing. So that's those three. So those are the regular suspects. So he's just the new one that I added in. Usually it is a brick, but with Phantom or Yubel, it's I think if you're playing the pure version, I think you play all three forms. Next is three spirit. I see some guys are cutting it down to two. I still prefer to play three. I tend to get into lots of grind games, and I think my style of play, I like to try and play through everything. So I like to add pressure, and also just having that threat of possibly having a spirit in hand for when my opponent tries to go to the battle phase, and I can always just, so it has like two effects. So trying to go into the battle, it's always just having that threat that you have it in hand, and when you go battle, they have to attack this thing, which is also pretty cool. For next in the list, um, so I've noticed a lot of guys in my local environment, they tend not to put up like a big body for me to swing into. So I'm playing the one Gray Sky and the Golem. It's came in super clutched in a couple of my games. I mean, you just reveal this, and let's say you reveal Spirit, for example, you summon into your opponent's side of the field. and then you can summon the revealed monster, and then there you get your Nightmare Pain going. So it's pretty cool. And then when you swing into the boy, you gain 3k life. So that's also a nice thing, and it's a nice way to play around Imperm as well. Um, so yeah, that's why I like it. It's also an easy side out if I know I'm going second, and I'll show the sideboard once we get there. So yeah, so that's 3 Spirit, and then the 1 Dry Skynder Golem, and then the card everyone with the Ash. It's the Samsara D Lotus, just the 3 of them. I play them at 3. I actually never side one out. I always play it at 3. It's your main starter. They're always trying to interact with this, but with Phantom, depending how my hand opens, I generally try and go into the Phantom first, and then just trying to protect my combo. So yeah, so 3 of the D Lotus. And then for extenders, I play the 2 Gruesome Grave Swimmer. God is busted. It's criminal. He's a common, but I wouldn't have minded him in a super. Hopefully next OTS pack he comes in a super. Not too much more to explain. Then I'm still playing 3 Nightmare Pain. Um, I can see people probably in the Fiendsmith build cutting to 2, but I still think in the Pure build we're still playing 3. Um, this is also a card that people generally try to negate or destroy. So nice thing about this, you it doesn't have the clause where you can only activate 1 per turn. So if they do out the 1, yes, you won't get your search, but you can still place the second one. So your opponent still has to attack the Yubels, and then you still get your reflect of damage. So that's also great. So still the 3 Nightmare Pain, and then we are still doing 3 Throne and the 1 Terraforming. It's great. Searches out any of the 0/0 monsters, which is pretty much the whole deck. I got drolled a couple of times today. So even under droll, it was awesome in the fact that I could still take this and destroy it, and then continue comboing from there. And then I'm still playing the 1 Eternal Favorite, and then the Mature Chronicle. It's great. Search Super Poly. Also, searching Super Poly and also extending. If you can get can remove 1 token, 1 counter special Yubel from the graveyard, or if you happen to have stuff banished, you can add 1 of your banished cards to your hand by removing 2 counters. And obviously, the main reason we use it is once it gets to 5 counters, you can search Super Poly and start breaking boards. I still run the Eternal Ferret. I really like this card. It's also an easy side out, but going first, it's really great to have. It adds an extra layer of pressure. Apart from threatening with the Super Poly, you also have the option to summon a Yubel from banished or graveyard, so that's also great. But like I said, it's also a very easy side out for something else. Then we're going into I still play the 1 for 1. It's part of the archetype. Not much more needs to be said. And then for my Dark Beckoning Beast line, or my Unchained package, I'm playing regular. I was playing 3 Beckoning Beast, and today I decided to try out the Chaos Summoning Beast. Also a bit of a brick, but it's also not terrible when you see it. If you do have if you have Spirit, Yubel, Terran Incarnate, or Ultimate Nightmare, and from this you can always just shuffle it back into the deck and to make your Phantom. And also it really helps when you are if you just open Spirit Gates. So Spirit Gates get Beckoning Beast get that, get your second normal, you do your full Unchained line. So I'm still playing the 2 opening of the Spirit Gates. So that's just another layer of interaction. And then just the 1 Shavara the best doggy, and then the abominable chamber. I prefer uh, the summon from grave um, more to the other trap that does the destruction. So from here, it's just putting pressure on my opponent, the threat. So in some of my games, I will end on Apo and then a Appaloosa plus the Phantom, and then the best doggy, the blue one, he would be in the graveyard. So generally, depending what my opponent's first action is, I'll bring the boy back and then link with whatever they've special summoned to the field. So that's that for the Unchained line. And then for the non-engine, I'm just playing the one called by double Super Poly. And then, yeah, Super Poly is great. Helps breaks boards, and the call by, I wish this was at 2. The call by really protects against hand traps, and should there be anything weird in my opponent's graveyard. Yeah, so that's that. And then for more defensive cards, because I don't think I can play the hand trap wall with Snake Eyes. I also go triple tactics talent, so I'll either look or take a monster. Very rarely will I draw, because I always feel whenever I think it's just my luck. When I say the draw too, it's always they just happen to have the ash for it. So yeah, I always either take or I look at my opponent's hand. And then I play very little hand traps, just the 3 ash, because I respect barrended, and it just helps slow my opponent down. And then 3 imperm. Imperm is imperm, so nice effect negation and doesn't play into talents or thrust. Play from the hand. Not much else needs to be said. And then that's it for the main. The deck will probably change at some point, but let's take a look at the extra. So the extra deck, I'm still playing the Almirage. Almirage is great, especially if they negate your Beckoning Beast. You can go in, if they negate your Beckoning Beast, you already have the Spirit Gates open. You can always discard and then summon back the beast, and then your second normal summon is alive. And then the SP Little Knight. So generally I'm always making SP off the Rage in my opponent's turn, so they have great synergy. The one Muckracker of the Underworld. Once I start playing Fiendsmith, she'll probably be replaced. And then for the rest of the Unchained guys, it's the Lord Yama, and then the Unchained Soul of Anguish. I was thinking of playing the Link 4, but I still like access code. I enjoy, in my environment, I often get stuck with them not putting enough bodies on for me to crash into. So going in from Anguish into access code really helps. And then if I have Almirage, that's 2 pops, so that's also always cool. And then just as an additional combo piece, I play the Apo. I often make it with 3, just in case my opponent does have talents, so at least it's either 3 or I sometimes make it with 2. So at least then I only have to then play through 1 or 2 negates that my opponent, if he does happen to steal her. Then the Varudras, I mean, it's a rank thing, Omni Negate, it's the Baron of the deck. And then he just needs to have material underneath him, and then you can destroy a card once you've declared an attack. You don't actually have to detach. And then sometimes when I have OTK, let's say I've given them the golem, I'll crash in with the 2 Yubel, Spirit, and regular Yubel, and you just overlay, take the last decay with the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. So those are the, and that's that for the links and the XYZs that I play. Deck is still really cool. I really enjoyed playing it. Then for the super poly targets, I play the one mud dragon of the swamp, and then the gorilla of the resonant wings, and then the honorary super poly target is the Yubel loving defender. Like I said, I like putting pressure on my opponent because I can make any of these three in their turn, depending how my inboard ends up being. This is great also if you're going to time. You can super poly everything on the board and then burning profound for each material used. Very often today I was burning my opponent for 2k, so always using 4 materials, and I generally leave their biggest monster on the field, so when turn passes to me I can then crash into it with a Nightmare Pain set, which is really cool. And then the MVP of the deck, Phantom Yubel. Everyone is kind of playing around it, and also a nice way to play on our hand traps. So if I have noticed that I have somewhat of a bad hand, I generally try and make him first, and then protect my combo like that, so that when I do have to normal summon, for example, if I had to normal summon just him, tribute, one Ash doesn't end my turn, which was the issue for for a long time. There were many Yubal players ashing the Samsara Lotus. If that's all you opened, it hurt, and then just passing on that, and then your opponent FTKs you. It's not great, but yeah. You guys can let me know what you think. Pop comments in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to support the store. Everything sold on there supports me and content we make here on Nightly Gaming. So thank you. Cheers.